Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my 3D print shack. So today I'd like to talk a little bit about light boxes and photo studio setup and what I've tried here and what I'm going to end up doing. In the very beginning, when we talked about the setting up of the print shack, I talked about how this table has to be multi-use, that I don't have separate stations for everything. I don't have a separate photography station, right? So and obviously taking pictures of the products that we're producing, and so you can put them on SD or Amazon or Shopify is very important, right? Having good quality pictures, right? So my first step was I picked up a light box off of Amazon. Looks like this, right? Problem was it was real big, 3 by 3 by 3. It was an excellent product. I'll have a link to it down below. I really like it if you got the room. I did use it a little bit, but in the end it just took up too much space. There was no spot for Bernie over here. So I decided to come up and design my own solution to this, and that's what I'd like to talk to you about in this video today. So let me get all the parts together, assembled, that I've got here, so I can show you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, okay? To replace that 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot light box that I told you about, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a stand, if you will, off the back side of the bench, a framework that goes up, and then I'll have my material that's going to be the backdrop lays down here, right? And the intent being that when I'm not using it, I can roll it up and then pull it down when I need it, right? And get it out of the way. Let's go around. I'll show you the bill of materials, if you will, of what I'm going to use for this project. Okay, so for the bill of materials on the backdrop that I'm going to use for my photo studio, the main component is going to be these vinyl sheets, okay? They come in several different colors here. The pack, I bought it on Amazon. I'll have the link down below. I get green, brown, white, sort of a pinkish color, red, a blue, a gray, and a dark brown, okay? I'll probably mainly going to be using the tan color and the white, but I'll have them all whether I need it or not. They come in a set. They're 40 inches wide and then 80 inches this way, so they'll be able to form the drop. You'll see as I go along. So that's the backdrop material. The actual frame is going to be made out of 1/2-inch EMT conduit, electrical conduit, right? So the exact length would depend on your exact application. In my case, I'm using it about 42-inch piece, right? And the upper rail will have this piece of 3/4-inch conduit on it, right? This will be what the backdrop material attaches to and allow it to roll up, right? Okay. Now I'm going to secure it to the front side of my bench here using these brackets here that I created. Simple design, right? Made a pair of them. I'm going to put these up on Maker World so you can get them yourself. And as you can see, the conduit slides right in there, so they're going to mount on the front side like that. So I may leave it up all the time, or if I need the space, I can just pull it out, put it to the side, right? As far as other hardware, I'm going to have 2 heavy-duty washers here. Just picked them up at Home Depot in the hardware store. Nothing special, just a big washer that'll fit over the conduit, right? For the corners of the frame, I'm using these 1/2-inch EMT conduit 90-degree elbows, right? And of course some 1¼ inch, number 12 1¼ inch screws that I'll use to put the bracket on. That's basically all it's going to be. There's only one other component, and that's being printed on the printer. Is a large washer. You'll see it a little later, and that's going to be on the what this butts up against, right? So it'll sort of keep this in order, right? Let's get to it. Let's see, the first spot, I think I'll assemble the frame. We'll take it from there. This is the first time I'm putting this together, so hopefully I'm not filming another fail, right? But should go pretty easy. Well, I need the washers that are being printed over there. As soon as these get off the carbon, we'll be able to assemble the Photo Studio drop. Okay, so I've taken the vinyl backdrop and just pulled the white one out, which is the one you primarily need. And then when I had it laid out flat, along the edge here, I taped it to the piece of PCV pipe. You can see it's permanently attached in there now, okay? With that done, the next step will be to insert a piece of conduit into the PCV pipe. Oh, I need the big washers. I think they're done. Let me grab them off the printer. Yep. So I printed these large washers on a Century carbon. Nothing special. Just a big washer with a hole in it, right? And I'm going to use them on the ends, right? The intent being so that it'll keep the backdrop sort of in line, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll get these brackets mounted. All right. Okay. That looks good. Now I'm thinking what I'm going to want to do, right, wrong, or indifferent, is put this in here at least temporarily. Probably been easier to dry fit this without the piece on. That actually seems like it's going to make sense, so let's do that. Let me back off. Slide on me. I think I'll tighten it up once I get it in position. Let's see, how do I have it for the drop? Yeah, that looks like it'll work. Ta-da! So I got my backdrop stand up now. I can drop it down. Whoop, there it goes. And my thought being that when I'm filming, I'll just put a piece of tape here on this front end. Hold it even with the table. Another piece over here. Now if you notice it unrolled on me. I expected that. And that's actually just fine. Although I really don't want it all unrolled what I'm doing, so I'm going to use... that didn't work. That didn't work at all. I guess I can get some clamps if I needed to, but I think I just need to tape it a little better. So, what I was going to say, and I would probably want to roll it up some and then use one of those grippy type clamps to hold it when it's all the way up. Okay, so this is the hand clamp that I was referring to. Unfortunately, I don't have a big enough one. They make them a lot bigger. Grab one next time I'm at the depot. And I just roll it up to where I want it and I just clip it right there. I've got like a woodworking clamp I'm going to use, try it for the day, just because that's what I got. In theory, it should just roll back up till I get it right where I want it. What you're after is a bend down here. Something about like that. Try this. Yeah, that's going to hold it. Now I can bring around my lighting that I'm going to be using, along with one of these white drop boards, like a board for craft fairs, things like that, you know. And this, I would use, let it stand up here, stand it up here so that the light will bounce off there. It's called a bounce. And I'll bounce the light off of here to get to this side, because most of the light will be coming from here. So the combination of these like deflectors, the bounce, and the light, I should be all set. All right, now you can see the idea of what we're talking about. Tape in the front. We've got a roll up there. We've got our background sloping up. Now, of course, we'd have to adjust the lighting and all that. But for this video, I just wanted to show you the backdrop. This isn't, I have a separate video on getting proper lighting and getting good pictures. All right, well, that's going to give you a good idea of my setup that I'm trying now. Of course, I need some additional lighting and so forth. I need to perfect it, and I'll have a video later on dedicated solely to taking quality pictures and the pictures you need for your listings and so forth. But this one, it shows you the approach I've taken to solve the backdrop issues without taking up that whole 3x3 space. Now, when I'm done shooting, I can just roll this back up and it's out of the way, and I've got this space open back up so I can process some production I got in shipping that I got to get out, and do some other things that I need to get done, right? Where that big cube box, as nice as it was with the lighting already built into it, it just, it didn't get it done for me. So, took up too much space. Well, that's all I got for now on this particular... Wait, we're not done yet. I forgot. I added another piece in here at the end. I made another one of these large washers, except just like the black ones that we showed you earlier. This one's about 2 inches larger diameter, this white one, and the inside diameter hole is the same size as the PCV pipe. So I was able to put it over the PCV pipe, and now I got a handle, right, for rolling it up. Works a lot better. Now we're done.